Hi everybody, it's Amanda. It's the 27th of September 2019 and I'm going to do a quick follow-up to the last video that I put out, which was called Tsunami of Love, where I talked about a tidal wave of love energy that is about to and is already flowing across our earth, despite appearances to the contrary, with all the craziness that's going on. So this is a follow-up. I'm assuming that you've watched that first video, and this video's got quite a mellow vibe, and the reason for that is that a lady that I knew and was a member of our soul tribe passed away last night. Her name was Lisa, and I would like to send my condolences out to her family and her beautiful husband, who I met. I met Lisa when I did both of my workshops in Dublin a couple of years ago. She came to both of them, and she remained a friend after that. She was quite extraordinary, and it's got me thinking about many things. But one thing that's come up through my own feelings with regard to her passing, because she was about my age, maybe she was a little bit younger, I'm not sure, but she was certainly young to pass. And I'm also knowing that I'm hearing from a lot of people that there's a lot of people choosing to pass over at this time. And it brings up a lot of emotions for those that we're very close to, such as immediate family and partners, but also people who may have been a bit more on the periphery of our life, but yet when they pass, you realise the impact that they had made. And what I've really felt into over the last 12 hours, well, 48 hours, which sounds strange because I only knew she was dying yesterday afternoon, but I'd felt her energy around me, so I knew that something was going on. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is that it's to do with an opening of the heart, and it's linked into this wave of love that we are being invited to receive. And I think that we have a perception when we talk about a wave of love that's coming into the earth, that it's going to be all fluffy and light and rainbow filled. And indeed, there will be that. There will be that warm, fuzzy blanket of love that comes in to help open us up more than we ever have opened up before. But I also feel it can come in ways such as I'm feeling right now, and I know a lot of other people are going through right now, which is through feelings of loss and feelings of sadness. And what Metatron is showing me very clearly is that what happens through times of sadness and loss, of course, is that our heart can go one of two ways. It can either close down. I'm talking about the heart chakra here, the energy field, very much like a rosebud. I've got roses in front of me here. It can be like the rose that just wants to contract and tighten up because it's too painful to feel the emotions of what you're experiencing. And this doesn't just have to be about losing somebody. It can be about anything that's being triggered in your world right now, which is bringing in a sense of sadness and emotional overwhelm. There's a lot of very heightened emotions at this time. I know that because you're telling me that. I also can feel it myself. It's a bit like the energy of the Ace of Cups, which we had in the video for Tsunami of Love. It was the first card out, if you remember. And I talked about the fact that the Ace of Cups is to do with this overflowing emotion. And so when you're faced with an event in life or a situation in life which really brings up your emotions, The heart chakra has two options. Either it tries to protect itself in some way, but it's not the heart that's doing that. It's the mind that kicks in and wants to sort of close down because it's too painful to feel what is out there. Or the other thing it does is the rose opens. It opens more, and it can open through the process of grief. And what I'm hearing from Metatron is that the heart, when it has opened through such circumstances, it never quite goes back to its original pattern. And what I mean by that is that it's this unfurling process of the heart, which is why we're feeling so much emotion, why we're touched by people and situations and events so deeply at this time, particularly if we're already sensitive empaths. So the heart is opening wider and wider, and we're feeling more and more emotional. And that can be a very uncomfortable place to be. But yet, if you can just hold that space of open-heartedness, even through pain and through upset and through difficulty, the heart, which is more open, will then also be able to receive the softer, more gentle energies of love. Love comes in many different forms and many different guises. And it's funny because the lady that passed last night attended an Archangel workshop with me. And one of the archangels that we looked at was Archangel Chamuel. And I haven't got the notes to hand of exactly what I said about Archangel Chamuel, but Chamuel comes in on the pink ray of love. And in fact, I'll just grab the spray. Chamuel comes in on the pink ray of love, okay? And I said something along the lines of that it's through our grief and it's through our sense of loss that we truly appreciate the depth of love or the depth of feeling that we've had for anything. It's a very beautiful quote. I'll try and maybe link it below in the description box if I can find it. But I just feel as though Archangel Chamuel wants to come in and help at this time to make sure that we try to keep our hearts open, even when we're feeling emotions which, as I say, are churning us up and affecting us at a very deep level. Don't be like the rose that just wants to tighten back down again. I've got another friend who a few years ago lost a husband, and I always remember she said to me that he had basically said something like, remember to keep your heart open. Remember to always keep your heart open. And I guess it's the same energy that I'm sort of linking into now, which is even when you feel as though your heart has taken a battering and a knock for whatever reason, make sure that you don't close it down. It's all linked into this wave of love that's wanting to come into our world and our universe to transform us. And how can it do that unless we truly open up to feeling, really, truly feeling? I think one of the things that I've experienced very strongly this week as well is, and maybe this is linked into the division between old Earth and new Earth, and the division between those stuck very much in 3D and those aspiring to 5D, which is that the gap between those of us that feel and those people that really don't seem to, or don't seem to be that bothered, or seem to be able to maybe hear something which might be quite shocking or traumatic, but then sort of throw it off within half an hour. I think we need to be appreciating that those of us that are raising our frequency will feel things very, very deeply. And I think sometimes we might be shocked at the extent of the depth of those feelings. And I think it's almost like an old pattern that we have coming from 3D, where we've evolved from, which is that when we start to feel too much, too deeply, it feels almost like a little bit out of control. And so what we try and do is close it down again. Don't close it down. That's really the message of this video. Don't close it down. See through the pain and the struggle and the strife, actually the gift that's there to help you to dig very deep, feel very deeply, and allow your heart to open wider than it ever has, trusting that the energies of comfort and support and love will come in. The first song when I put the radio on this morning was, surprise, surprise, the Beatles' energy is just following me everywhere at the moment. It was Here Comes the Sun. And we have a day where it's rain and sun and cloud, and I've already seen a rainbow, which is a nod to my friend, I feel. So, here comes the sun, but you've got to be in a state of readiness to be able to receive it. And the way you receive it is through a wide open heart. So don't go with the natural inclination, which is based on old patterning from 3D, in terms of trying to shut down the emotions. Feel into it, because ultimately what you will find is a beautiful safety net that comes in, a beautiful safety net of support from the archangels. Those of you that follow me on Facebook, I've been talking a bit this week about falling back into the arms of Christ. And for those of you that don't follow my page, I will just say a very lovely little thing that happened, which was that I heard a knock on my front door, 3 raps on the door. And my dog heard it, barked. My husband heard it, went down immediately to open the door. And of course, there's nobody there. There was no time for anybody to have knocked and leapt across the fence or anything like that. And I knew it was the energy of Christ. And it's that picture of him standing at the doorway, knocking, asking for permission to come in. So his energy is there if you wish to receive it. If Christ isn't the energy that you link to, then you can link to any of the other beautiful beings of support that are around at this time. But make no mistake about it, they are around. So I think I'd just like to spray the Archangel Chamuel spray, and let's just go into our heart space. Got this beautiful heart sitting on my desk, which is rhodochrosite. So it's the energy of rhodochrosite. And I'm noticing that, of course, rhodochrosite is pink with black. The black representing maybe some of the pain, some of the difficulties. Everybody has things that happen to them in their life. Nobody goes through life with just no difficulties. But yet there's just this beautiful heart energy that I just feel like I want to give to us all today as well. So whilst you've still got your heart beating strong, and whilst you've still got breath in your body, let's remember the main thing is how we wish to be remembered after we pass. Really, it all boils down to that. How you've loved, what you've given, how you have influenced or affected other people's lives. But when your day is done, that people look back and are grateful that you were in their life. Archangel Chamuel. Allow your hearts to open to the realms of love. And that is right, I say realms of love. Not just one way, not just one view, not just one tone. Love has many frequencies and has many resonances. Allow your heart to open to receive all of that. However these frequencies and resonances enter into the heart, welcome them all, for the heart wishes to know, to experience, to learn, to evolve, and is able to be the holding space for all that is, for all of creation, for all of you. I, Archangel Chamuel, invite you to sit with me, to feel my love, to feel the support, and to help you to keep your hearts open, no matter what, no matter how, no matter where. Open to love, because love is all there is. Love is all there ever was. Love is all that ever shall be. Forever and ever. Amen. Look after your hearts. Keep them open. Honour and respect every single person that touches your heart in any way. And just breathe in the pink ray today. Rest in peace to my friend. Namaste, everybody. Take care of each other. Love you all. Back next week. Bye.